There's a moment in every recovery journey when you realize you can't keep carrying everything alone. For me, that moment was dramatic. It was quiet, a kind of quiet where you finally hear your own heart whisper, "I need help." And in that stillness, I sensed something deeper, like steady presence of God, reminding me that I was never meant to fight this battle by myself. Addiction has a way of isolating you, even when you're surrounded by people. I spent a long time trying to look strong on the outside while feeling overwhelmed on the inside. I kept telling myself I couldn't fix it alone, but the truth was I was exhausted, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. And in that exhaustion, I began to understand something essential. God doesn't wait for us to be perfect before He steps in. He meets us exactly where we are. My turning point wasn't a single breakthrough. It was a slow, honest surrender. It was me finally saying, "God, I can't do this without you." And when I said that, something shifted, not instantly, but steadily. A scripture that carried me through that season was Psalms 34:18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. I wasn't just reading those words, I was living them. God wasn't distant. He was right there in the middle of my struggle, offering strength I didn't have of my own. Recovery taught me that healing isn't linear. Some days felt like progress, other days felt like starting over. But every day I learned something new about grace. I started journaling my prayers, writing down the moments when I felt tempted or discouraged. I reached out to people who could support me with honesty and compassion. I replaced old habits with new rhythms: prayer, community, reflections, and accountability. And slowly, the grip addiction had on me began to loosen. Not because I became stronger, but because I stripped trying to fight alone. What surprised me most was how recovery deepened my relationship with God. I stopped seeing Him as someone disappointed in me and started seeing Him as someone walking with me. Patient, steady, and unashamed of my struggle, faith didn't erase the hard days, but it gave me the strength to face them. It reminded me that my identity wasn't defined by addiction; it was defined by who God says I am. If you're listening to this and you're in your own battle, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not alone. Your struggle does not disqualify you from God's love. Your story is not over. Recovery is possible, not because you have to be perfect, but because grace meets you exactly where you are. I'm living proof that God can take the parts of your life that feel broken and turn them into something whole. And if He can do it for me, He can do it for you. Thank you.